Hello viewers, this is Wolf here, welcome to Wolf's Haven and to some more Monster Hunter figure reviews. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Capcom Figure Builder Plus, the best, volume 19 to 20 and 21. Now, I did miss out on picking up volume 20 and 21 originally, but Capcom tends to do this thing where after they release a couple figure sets in a certain series, they do a compilation set where they've put together what they believe to be the best figures from each volumes all together in one set, and that's precisely what this is. And the good thing is that even though I missed out on volume 20 to 21, from what I've seen, all of the monsters that I really cared about were all brought into this set anyways, so I'm more than happy to just take a pass on those ones and then see what we get here. So without any further ado, let's open this up and see exactly what we get in this set here. So if we do take a look at the box real quick, it will kind of give us, show us what's actually going to be in this. So if we take a look to this side, we can actually see that we get a figure of Valstrax. There is a Tetranodon here, so that's going to be a duplicate for me, another Magnamalo. And then on this side here, we do have a Gos Harag, which I don't have him, and then we have Narwa and Ibushi. I was missing these three. So let's see what these look like. So of course with this open, this comes in a pack of 6 here. So let's open up one and see exactly what we get. Okay, cool. This is actually one of the ones that I really wanted to get. So we have Valstrax here as the first one. And this Valstrax is actually looking really cool. I can't wait to get this up on the stand and see what this really looks like. Oh, okay, this is actually very different. So the Valstrax actually came with, I believe this is supposed to be a sticker. I think this is the first time they've done this. I don't think they typically don't give away stickers in this, but this is actually really cool. So this is, of course, in the Monster Hunter Rise artwork, which I really love the icons from that game. They do look really cool in this water brush painting art style. Getting this of Valstrax is actually really cool, so really liking that. So let's jump on to box number 2. Oh, so we got something yellow in here. Okay, so this one is Tetranodon. So we've already taken a look at Tetranodon in the Volume 19 video, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about him. So that's just a duplicate. But we actually do get a sticker here of Tetranodon as well. So this is kind of cool. This is actually a very welcome difference here. I do hope that this is something that they do with the later sets as well, where they provide stickers of the icons, because this is cool. Tetranodon's icon does look pretty nice here. So now for box 3. So we have the other piece. Oh, this is Zinogre. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, that's cool. Interesting. Okay, we'll take a look at that later once we fully assemble it. I'm pretty sure that's Zinogre. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Zinogre. Anyway. So here, we actually have Wind Serpent Ibushi here, and this is actually looking really good in terms of the colors on some of the fins on this. This actually looks really good. We're gonna take a look at this later once we assemble it, but I'm really liking what Ibushi looks like so far. And then of course we have Ibushi's icon, which looks great as well here. So on to box number 4. I'm trying not to look at the stickers so I don't spoil myself. Okay, yeah, this has to be Zinogre. Yep, so we have Magnamalo here, which, just like Tetranodon, this is another duplicate, so we're not going to spend too much time looking at Magnamalo. But I will say it is cool to get a sticker of Magnamalo's icon. So that looks pretty cool. Pretty happy about that. So now, on to the fifth box. Alright. So now, this is Thunder Serpent Narwa. This is cool too, because I love how large these are in comparison to some of the other statues. Because, of course, these are, like, in-game. Thunder Serpent and Wind Serpent, these things are absolutely massive, especially when they combine together to make the All-Mother. So it's going to be cool to see what these look like on their stands. So, of course, here we have Thunder Serpent's icon here, looking pretty cool. And last but not least, we have box number 6. And then, of course, box number 6 is going to come packaged with Gos Harag, which this was actually one of my favorite monsters in Rise, actually. This was a very cool new addition to the series. So, pretty happy to have a statue of this. So, let's get these all assembled. Oh yeah, and can't forget, of course, we get Gos Harag's icon here in sticker form. So with all the figures out of their boxes and fully assembled, this is what we get here. This is our collection of 6. So we're going to take a look at each and every one of them, with the exception of Tetranodon and Magnamalo. Let's get those out of here, because we've already looked at them in the Volume 19 video. So we're going to take a look at these right here. So we're going to start with Gos Harag. Like I mentioned before, a really fun fight in the game, in my opinion. I think this monster is pretty cool, and detail-wise here on the statue, I do like how they captured his little bladed ice arm here, and then also this arm here with a lot of like the red scaling, as well as like these little black ridges, these little spikes on its fist. Looks really cool. Pretty sure if you got punched by that, that would hurt pretty bad. And then, of course, there's an abundance of fur on the upper part of his body, which drapes all the way down his back. Overall, it does look pretty good. Again, very simplistic detailing on the face. There's not really a whole lot of detail. The eyes aren't really... You can't really make them out all that well. The mouth and everything is very simplistic in color and design. But overall, decently looking statue. So, my favorites out of the pack are actually these 3 here. So we'll take a look at Valstrax next. And Valstrax is actually my favorite of the whole set here. Valstrax, a very cool monster in the series. And I believe, yeah, this is Crimson Glow Valstrax, which is a new subspecies specific to Monster Hunter Rise. He does look really cool here in figure form. I love how we have this very nice kind of bluish, like metallic-y silver going all the way down the body here. Looks very good. But the other detail that I absolutely love about this is the wings here. So they actually did make these specific parts in the center of the wings translucent with this red color. So when light hits it, it does have a bit of a glowing effect, which kind of goes to represent the little crimson glow effect when he's flying around. So I think that was actually a really cool idea that they did with Crimson Glow Valstrax here. So this looks really good. In certain lighting, this actually does become pretty pronounced, and it does look really good, and it contrasts the colors, these silver colors on the rest of his body quite nicely, actually. So, looking on the face, of course, there's very simplistic detail, just a blue eye in there, and we're just going to be seeing a lot of silver, as well as a lot of these ridges and stuff on the body, a lot of these fins on the back as well here. And overall, this looks really good. I do like how the wings are curved as well. The other thing that I love about this is the posing. You didn't really get too many, statues that were suspended in midair in some of the older packs. So I do like how this one has 3 of them. The Valstrax one looks really good. Like I mentioned, the pose is really cool because I like how he's on a downward angle, like he's about to dive bomb somebody. So this is actually really cool. This is easily my favorite of this whole pack here, and yeah, I think they really did a good job modeling this in such a small scale. So now we're going to be taking a look at the 2 serpents. So we'll start with Thunder Serpent Narwa. So quite a lot of detail here. This is typically much larger than you would expect from this line of monsters here, but quite a lot of color detailing all around this with these yellows, these blacks, these purples, some of the oranges here on the ends of the fins, the blacks and stuff, especially the mouth. These monsters have such a freaky looking mouth design where it's almost like they have like a double mouth thing going on, almost like a xenomorph. They have like an interior mouth right here where you can see like the black stuff there and then the teeth there. But then we also have like this purplish membrane for like the outer mouth here, and then we have like another layer of teeth right up here. So definitely a very freaky looking design, to be quite honest. Again, very simplistic detail with the eyes and whatnot, but I do like how a lot of the ridges on the underside of the mouth are captured, as well as some of these parts here. The detailing of the pattern underneath the chest here, and then there's like this whole like belly bulge here where we have this design where it almost looks like there's additional hands that are kind of just grabbing it, holding it in place. So overall, it looks pretty cool. I do like how the tail splits out into 2 spikes here. Yeah, I think they captured Thunder Serpent Narwa pretty well at this scale here. And now on to Wind Serpent Ibushi, which is probably my favorite aesthetically wise out of the 2. So of course this one takes on more of a blue approach, and this was actually the thing that caught my eye when I saw it in the packaging at first. This looks really good, how they did the color transitions from these whites through these purples into these deep blues here, as well as a little patterning. Everything here looks very smooth and is quite high quality for this line specifically, because typically you're going to be seeing certain colors that are almost kind of rough looking, but this is very clean. It actually looks quite good, I'd say. And yeah, like all over the arms we have more of that patterning there, which looks pretty good. And onto the tail we have more of that as well. And then just a lot of black spikes going along the tail as well. Of course, Ibushi has a similar mouth design to Thunder Serpent Narwa, but I don't think this one looks as bad, but it's definitely still kind of weird. But overall, both Thunder Serpent Narwa and Wind Serpent Ibushi do look pretty good, and the thing that I do like about their poses, I do like how Ibushi is actually posed upside down. When you do have them together and close to each other, they almost form the yin and yang symbol here, which I do think is really cool, having both of them together like that. That's actually really cool that they pose them like that. Despite the fact that, you know, I'm not a big fan of these monsters in-game, to be honest. I don't really like Thunder Serpent Narwa or Ibushi, but credit where credit is due. These figures do look really good, and they put a lot of thought into the poses here, and they do look quite good. So those are definitely a plus in my book. But yeah, definitely the one that I think is the best looking is Crimson Glow Valstrax here. And the extra statue here was, like I predicted, it is an ogre. And this was actually something that I wasn't expecting, especially for them to go with such a bright yellow for this translucent Zinogre. I almost kind of don't like it in this color, to be quite honest. I would have preferred if they just kind of went with Zinogre's greenish color, to be honest. It does look very weird in this yellow, but I will say that they did keep consistent with the mounting style, like they did with Magnamalo in Volume 19. So all of these joints that you have to assemble, they stick in very well. They did a similar design with the hind legs, where they do have a peg that goes all the way through and connects the other leg, so that will help keep both of them locked in tight. And, you know, overall it's a very solid design. But yeah, this is definitely volume 19, 20, and 21. If I were to mention, I guess, what my favorite ones are and the worst ones, I guess, you already know that my favorite is Crimson Glow Valstrax. I think my least favorite is probably going to be Tetranodon, I suppose. There's a bit of bias there since, you know, it is a duplicate, but I think, yeah, comparing it to Gosharog, Crimson Glow Valstrax, and the two Serpents, I just don't think Tetranodon really stacks up to those four. So that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys found it informative. There's definitely going to be more Monster Hunter content coming in the future, so I hope you guys stay tuned for all of that. But until then, I hope you guys have a good day or good night, depending on where you are, and I will see you all later.